Hey, what's going on YouTube? MC Seth here, coming at you from the spare room. Today we're going to be talking about a website that you can use to advertise all of your print-on-demand products on places like Instagram or Pinterest. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into the video. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm DJ Seth, MC Seth, Seth, Joseph, whatever you want to call me, it's cool. I run the Serial Carnage YouTube channel where I give tips, tricks and tutorials about how to make your print-on-demand site as good as it can be. Now, today we're going to be talking about a website called Tailwind that I use to place all of my products onto Pinterest. It's an automated process, basically, so you don't have to create pins every day. But I do create pins every day. I'll show you what I mean by it. Let's get straight into the website here. I've just got it loaded up here. Quick disclaimer, this may crash because I've got so many pins ready to go out. I do about 11 per day. You can see on the right hand side of the screen there. And if I just scroll down, you can see this goes up to like March 2023 because I plan to upgrade my account. I've got a monthly account at the moment, and with a monthly account, what that allows you to do is it allows you to arrange for 400 pins each month to go onto Pinterest, and I want slightly more than that, so I'm going to change to the yearly plan where you get unlimited, but it's not unlimited, so I'll just make that conviction now. With Pinterest, you don't want to go above 50 per day. You don't want to pin more than 50 a day, otherwise you might get into a bit of trouble. Okay, so this is what I use Tailwind for. Now, if you're into print on demand, then what you do is you'll make your products either on any of the websites, and then you'd use their promotional material to create the mock-ups, and then you'd download those onto your computer. Now, once you've done that, you pop them into Tailwind, and just by dragging and dropping, you can create a new pin here, upload photos or videos, and then select them. I'm not going to do it just now because I don't have any new products that I've just made that aren't on this list already. So unfortunately I can't show you that process, but if that's something you want to see in a future video, I'd be more than happy to do that. Just leave it in the comments below and I'll get round to it. So basically, once you've made all of your products, so I'm going to use Contrado for an example because that's the one I use the most, and it's very important because they don't do any of the promotions like some of the other websites like RedBubble do, so it's up to you to take care of the marketing. Now, even on RedBubble, I do my own marketing because since starting on RedBubble in October, I've said this before, that they sent out some promotional material in an email that said, welcome to RedBubble, blah, blah, blah. We've got 600,000 other artists and blah, blah, blah. And then the next one I got about a month later said like roughly the same thing, not welcome because I was already welcomed, but it said 700,000 artists. So as fast as they are growing, I'm not sure how long that they can keep their promise that they will keep advertising each artist's stuff. So just bear that in mind. It's on you. Basically, in the world of selling, you want to place 10% effort into creating a product and 90% effort into marketing that product. Otherwise, it's just not going to sell, is it? There's no point in making something and just leaving it on a website in the dark. So anyways, we're past that now. We can see down here, this is on my schedule. You can see I've got 9,568 scheduled to go out, because every time I make a product on Contrado, I don't just make one. If I'm making t-shirts, then I'll make all the t-shirts, and I might make a few jumpers and then put them all on there because they all go into the same board on Pinterest, and they all go into like hoodies and sweaters or t-shirts and tops. So I kind of do that the same, and I can give you a little glimpse of my Pinterest and show you what that looks like on the other end after posting it to Tailwind. Now, Tailwind, it's free for the first 30 days, I think, or a certain amount of pins you get. I think you might get like 100 pins for free, and then you have to start a paid plan. It's not free forever, but it's totally worth it if you plan to make tons and tons of products. I mean, I've made so many since October that it's tons. Like Contrado, for example, they have 450 different products that you can place your artwork onto, and I plan to make them all. So that's my goal. It's a big goal and it's going to take me a long time, but that's just what I plan to do, and Tailwind is really going to help with that. Now, if you want to know all the intricate details about Tailwind, as you can see, I've only been using it since like November. Then I would go to a person's YouTube called Anastasia Blogger. She taught me everything that I needed to know about what Tailwind is used for and how to use it correctly. Now, you don't just have to place your product images, because as you know, a white background on an image is a lot worse. Well, I'd say a live model image is a lot better than having just a product on a white background, but a lot of the time you don't get that choice. With t-shirts and hoodies and mugs and masks, you can go to Placeit and use their mock-ups as well. I've got a affiliate link down in the description below if you want to sign up for their platform as well, and you can use that to make really interesting mock-ups for your designs. You can choose an array of models that actually you would see wearing said design, especially if you're into like niche stuff. So yeah, you can match the models with the actual design that's on the clothes. Now, Tailwind's very simple. You just upload your things, copy the description. You can see I've got the ladies' long sleeve shirt, and then the title of the artwork, Birdie by Serial Carnage. I'll always have my either name or my shop name added after. Now you can see this is from Contrado, and this one says Serial Carnage, but the one below is actually from RedBubble, and that one says MC Seth. So if you were to Google either of those terms, you'd see a shitload of products pop up on the first and second page. Now I've put really loads of effort into dominating those first two pages of Google, which I think is very important for your marketing as well, because if a customer buys something from you and they have a friend who likes the design, but they're not really sure which shop they bought it from, but they know who they bought it from, they know the name of the artist, they could just put that in, or the name of the shop, or whatever. You know, say they didn't remember it came from RedBubble because you have your big logo in there, and they might not even notice that it was from RedBubble. Even when opening the packaging, it does happen. Oops, I've just clicked back to draft for that one, so I'm just going to pause it for a minute because this may crash, like I said, because I've got too many pins on there. Right, so you can see where I've put this one back to the draft. It's quite a good example, actually. This is what would happen if you were to create a pin and click on upload and upload this picture from your hard drive. Ignore the Serial Carnage and digital design by MC Seth. That's something else I do in Photoshop, which I may make a video about in the future. But for now, you'll be just focusing on the basics, and you wouldn't have that on your white background and design. So what I do is I just go back to the website that I've got for this picture, and then I'd take all that information from there, including the URL as well, and then you just click add to queue. I'm not going to do that now because it's going to take a ton of time to put it in there because I've got too many pins, like I said before. That's one thing I'm not too sure about this website. Don't go over 10,000. As soon as I got to about 5,000, things became really sluggish on the website. So just make sure you're constantly going and moving these out. And like I said before, I'm going to upgrade my account, so instead of pushing 11 a day, I'll be pushing like 40 a day, so it'll be a lot better, and it won't go on till March 2023. It'll end a lot sooner, and people will see my designs a lot quicker than that, hopefully. So I'm just going to take you over to my Pinterest now, where all these Tailwind posts go. Now I'm just in my analytics there, so I'll come back to that because that's something important to show you as well. But I'm just going to go into my main page. As you can see, I've got 63 followers and I'm following 75 people. Oh, it's just gone up to 32.4 thousand monthly views. It was just at 30,000 yesterday, so it's climbing, and it's climbing well. So I don't know where I'm going to be at this point next year. We just have to weigh it up and guess, I see. But you can see I've put everything into different boards, and I've named the boards appropriately, of course, because this is a good way to make sure that everything sits in a correct place and it's easy to find, and it works with the Pinterest algorithm as well. Obviously, Pinterest is a visual search engine for those of you who don't know. So if I were to click on this hoodies and sweatshirts, it's going to come up. Are you? You're not going to play that game with me. So I'll click into pullover hoodies, and it might start playing the game with me there. There you go. It's got some ideas for this section. You can see it knows it's picked up the pictures of the models, because these are RedBubble models and these are RedBubble items, most of these anyway, and you can see that they're the same. So it works like that. And if people are looking at a hoodie and it's got one of those RedBubble models in it, then yours might pop up in their feed as well, because it's coming up with the same information in the algorithm. So it's really good like that. And also it works on keywords and stuff as well, and hashtags. But I don't use hashtags. I just post my designs and that's it. But an important thing about Pinterest as well is if you want to grow even faster, then what you've got to do is you've got to pin maybe some other interesting things to your board as well, to your Pinterest page. So if I scroll down here, you can see I like camping a lot, and I like motorcycle camping even better, where I just pack up all of the stuff onto my bike and head out on my own into the woods and camp for a night or two. And as you can see, I've got the motorcycle section there. But a board is best when it's got more than 50 pins. Now obviously if you've only got 3 or 4 products, you ain't going to be able to make that yet, but just keep that in mind, that that's what you want to aim for if you're making a board. And obviously with all of these products that on the 4 print on demand sites that I mainly use, these will definitely fill up by the hundreds, so they're going to get filled up over time. Which is good, and that's something you want to concentrate on. Another thing that you can concentrate on, which I've just recently learned, and I've got a couple of people on board now, is if I can find it. Where are you? We're looking for it. There it is. I've got more independent artists on here. Now I use this board to share with other people on Contrado who are making the same stuff on Contrado, and this board is going to be open to anyone else who's on that platform who wants to have an extra board to share their stuff with, because shared boards, they do quite well in the Pinterest algorithm. So this is turning into a bit of a Tailwind and Pinterest video. But I just thought that information is very good. You can see I've got a couple of other artists in there at the moment who are putting their stuff. I'm organising the sections for them so they don't have to do that, and if you want to do that, you are more than welcome. Just leave a comment in the comment section down below and I'll get round to adding you to this board. And I've also got a RedBubble board as well. I've only got one person in there at the moment, but like I said, if that's something that you want and you want to have a place where you don't want to create loads of boards yourself, you can just post it to that RedBubble board, and I'm more than happy to share that with as many of you as want to. I think that's quite important as well. So that'll be that. All about Pinterest and Tailwind. Obviously I've got a affiliate link down in the description of how you can sign up for Tailwind. Just click on it and get in there and get yourself signed up. It's brilliant. Even if you only use the first, I think it's 100 pins. That's 100 pins for nothing, that you don't have to sort of go into Pinterest every day and start pinning. You can just do that in, you know, an hour or two. Just make those 100, well, probably less than that. You can just make those pins and line them up and they'll go out when they're ready. So I'm just going to flick you over to my big beautiful face now. And like I said before, if you get any benefit from these videos, or you've got any questions to ask me, just leave a comment down below, or like and subscribe to the videos, because we've got loads more coming in the future. I didn't initially plan on releasing 1 video per day, but that's how it's going at the moment, because there's tons of information I want to share with you guys. So if you're getting any sort of benefit, just hit one of those big red buttons or the big blue thumbs up button, and that'll really make my day as well. Thank you. So without further ado, I wish you a good day and good luck in your print on demand business. Goodbye.